Have you ever woken up in the morning feeling stiff, weak, or just drained, even though you slept for 8 hours? You see, sleep isn't just about rest, it's about repair. Your body is a biochemical factory at night, rebuilding, regenerating, and detoxifying. But here's the truth most people miss. If you don't have the right nutrients before you go to bed, you can't build muscle, no matter how well you sleep. Most people misunderstand sleep. They think it's simply the body's way of shutting down, a passive state of rest where everything slows. But in reality, sleep is the most active and powerful phase of rebuilding your body will ever experience. It's when your cells repair, your hormones reset, your brain detoxifies, and your muscles rebuild from the tiny microtears that come from daily activity or exercise. Sleep is not rest, it's transformation. It's where weakness turns into strength and fatigue turns into vitality. And yet, most people go to bed unprepared, unaware that what they do in the hours before sleep determines whether their body rebuilds or breaks down. Imagine your body as a construction crew. During the day, you're tearing down and stressing the system, lifting, thinking, moving, pushing. But when night falls, the crew comes in to repair the damage, reinforce the structure, and rebuild what's been worn out. If that crew shows up and there are no materials, no nutrients, no vitamins, no proper chemistry, they can't rebuild anything. That's why so many people wake up feeling weak, sore, or unrefreshed. They sleep, but they don't recover. Their bodies went through the motions of sleep, but not the process of regeneration. Now here's the hook. Your body doesn't build strength in the gym or during the day. It builds it while you sleep. Every rep, every step, every workout only matters if your body has what it needs to rebuild afterward. Muscle growth, hormone production, tissue repair, all of that happens between midnight and sunrise. That's why the phrase, "you grow while you rest," is not just poetic. It's biological truth. But here's the secret. Quality of sleep matters more than quantity. You can sleep for 8 hours and still feel exhausted if your body chemistry is off. On the other hand, you can sleep 6 hours with deep nutrient-fueled rest and wake up stronger than ever. When you fall asleep, your body enters a rhythm. Growth hormone surges, insulin drops, and protein synthesis accelerates. Your brain clears out metabolic waste through the glymphatic system, making room for sharper thinking and better focus the next day. Your muscles pull amino acids from your bloodstream to rebuild stronger fibers. But if your nutrient levels, especially vitamins like D3 and B1, are low, that entire process slows down. It's like having all the tools, but no electricity to power them. That's why it's not just how long you sleep, but how well your body is equipped before you sleep that determines how strong you wake up. Think of it this way. Every night is a new opportunity to design tomorrow's version yourself. You can choose to go to bed depleted, tired, nutrient deficient, inflamed, or you can go to bed fueled, hydrated, and primed for recovery. The difference between those two choices is the difference between waking up groggy or waking up powerful. Most people treat sleep like an afterthought, but the most successful, healthiest people treat it like their secret weapon. They protect it, they nourish it, and they enter it with intention. So here's the wake-up call. If you want to wake up stronger, you must prepare to recover. Don't eat sugar or heavy carbs before bed. Keep your insulin low, your mind calm, and your environment dark and cool. Give your body what it needs to heal itself, because that's what it was designed to do. You're not just lying in bed doing nothing. You're giving your body the chance to rebuild every cell, recharge every organ, and strengthen every muscle. Every night, your body gives you another shot at renewal, another chance to wake up sharper, leaner, and more resilient than you were yesterday. That's the beauty of sleep. It's not the end of your day. It's the beginning of your next level. So when you close your eyes tonight, remember this, your body is not sleeping. It's building you back stronger. Vitamin D3 is often seen as just a simple bone health nutrient, but that belief couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, it's one of the most powerful performance enhancers and muscle building activators your body has access to. Most people go through life feeling constantly tired, weak, or unable to recover properly after exercise, and they have no idea that a silent deficiency in vitamin D3 is holding them back. Here's the truth. D3 is not just a vitamin, it's a hormone, like regulator, that controls over 2,000 genetic functions in your body, many of which are directly related to muscle growth, energy, and recovery. Let me give you a powerful hook. Your muscle strength doesn't come from your workouts alone. It comes from how effectively your body can activate and repair muscle fibers after those workouts. And vitamin D3 is the ignition switch for that process. When your D3 levels are optimal, your body efficiently absorbs calcium, produces testosterone, and supports protein synthesis, the three pillars of muscle recovery. But when your D3 levels are low, your muscles become sluggish, your endurance drops, and your motivation fades. You're not just tired, your body's chemistry is literally running on low power. What makes D3 so fascinating is its deep connection with the sun. It's the only vitamin your body can produce naturally through sunlight exposure, which is why it's often called the sunshine vitamin. When UVB rays hit your skin, they trigger a reaction in your liver and kidneys that produces active vitamin D, or calcitriol. This active form acts like a hormonal signal that tells your cells to start building, repairing, and protecting themselves. Without this signal, your body struggles to activate the genes responsible for muscle development and cellular regeneration. That's why people who spend little time outdoors often feel constant muscle weakness or joint discomfort. Their body is missing this vital trigger. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Vitamin D3 directly affects the way your muscles function at a cellular level. It enhances calcium uptake within muscle cells, improving contraction strength and coordination. That's why athletes with optimal D3 levels often notice more power, better endurance, and faster recovery times. It's not because they train harder, it's because their body responds better to training. Their muscles are primed to work efficiently. Now think about what happens when you go to bed at night. This is when your body begins its most intense repair process. Vitamin D3 plays a silent but crucial role here. It regulates the release of anabolic hormones like testosterone and growth hormone, both of which are essential for repairing muscle tissue. If your D3 is low, these hormones drop as well, leaving your body unable to rebuild fully during sleep. You might feel like you're getting enough rest, but your recovery remains incomplete. That's why many people wake up sore, tired, or with that feeling of never fully recovered. The issue isn't their workout, it's their chemistry. Another key role of D3 is reducing inflammation. Every time you train, you create small amounts of inflammation in your muscles. That's normal, it's what triggers growth. But if inflammation lingers too long, it can turn destructive, breaking down tissue instead of rebuilding it. Vitamin D3 helps balance this response by keeping your immune system in check, calming excessive inflammation, and allowing your body to heal efficiently. The modern lifestyle has made vitamin D3 deficiency incredibly common. We spend most of our time indoors, behind screens, away from natural light. Even if we eat well, we simply don't produce enough D3 without sunlight exposure. That's why so many people, even those who exercise regularly, struggle with chronic fatigue, weak muscles, or low motivation. They're missing a fundamental nutrient that connects the energy of the sun directly to the strength of their body. If you want to wake up stronger, more focused, and more alive, you must treat vitamin D3 as your secret weapon. Think of it as the natural hormone that activates your body's inner power. Get at least 20 minutes of sunlight every day, or take a high-quality D3 supplement with K2 to ensure proper absorption. Because here's the real hook. Strength isn't built in the gym, it's built in your chemistry. And when your D3 levels are optimized, your body becomes a powerful machine that repairs itself while you sleep, grows muscle effortlessly, and greets every morning with renewed energy. You don't just wake up rested, you wake up rebuilt. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine, is one of those nutrients that rarely gets the attention it deserves, yet it's one of the most critical players in how your body creates energy, builds muscle, and maintains mental clarity. Most people focus on protein, workouts, or sleep schedules when they think of strength and recovery, but very few realize that without vitamin B1, none of those things can work efficiently. It's the silent force behind your body's ability to turn food into fuel, the spark that keeps your inner engine running. And here's the hook. You can be eating the cleanest diet, getting enough sleep, and exercising regularly, but if your B1 levels are low, your body is like a car with a full tank of fuel but no ignition key. you can't start the engine of recovery. Thiamine is essential for transforming carbohydrates, fats, and proteins into usable cellular energy known as ATP. Every cell in your body depends on this process, especially your muscle cells and brain cells, the two most energy-hungry systems you have. When you're low in B1, your mitochondria, the little power plants inside your cells, can't operate efficiently. The result: fatigue, muscle weakness, mental fog, irritability, and poor coordination. Your muscles can't contract properly, and your nervous system loses its rhythm. That's why people who are deficient in thiamine often feel both physically and mentally drained. Even after a full night's sleep, their bodies are trying to function without the biochemical spark they need. Now, here's something few people realize. Vitamin B1 is water soluble, which means your body doesn't store it. You have to replenish it every single day through your diet. And in today's world, that's harder than it sounds. Refined sugar, processed foods, alcohol, caffeine, and even chronic stress deplete thiamine rapidly. Every time you eat something high in sugar, your body uses up more B1 just to process it. So ironically, the more quick energy foods you eat, the more you drain the very nutrient that helps produce real energy. It's a vicious cycle that leaves your body tired, your muscles underpowered, and your brain unfocused. Thiamine's connection to muscle growth and recovery goes even deeper. During sleep, your body is hard at work, repairing muscle fibers, detoxifying tissues, and rebuilding glycogen stores. All of these processes require energy, and B1 is what makes that energy possible. Without it, your muscles can't regenerate effectively, no matter how much protein you eat or how long you rest. This is why some people wake up sore, heavy, or sluggish despite getting enough hours of sleep. Their cells simply didn't have the fuel to complete the repair process. But when your B1 levels are balanced, your body hums with efficiency. You wake up feeling lighter, clearer, and recharged because your cells spent the night rebuilding, not struggling. Here's another powerful aspect of B1, its effect on your nervous system. Every muscle movement begins as a signal from your brain. Thiamine strengthens that connection by supporting the myelin sheath, the protective covering around your nerves. When B1 is low, those signals become weak or erratic, leading to slower reflexes, poor coordination, and even anxiety or restlessness. But when thiamine levels are optimal, your nervous system fires smoothly, your muscles respond instantly, and your focus sharpens. It's like upgrading your body's entire electrical system from an old flickering bulb to a high voltage LED. The modern diet makes B1 deficiency almost inevitable. White rice, bread, pastries, and sugary drinks all strip away this essential nutrient. And even small amounts of alcohol can block its absorption. That's why those who feel tired despite sleeping well or eating clean might actually be running on an invisible deficiency. You don't see it, but you feel it every day in your lack of motivation, your muscle weakness, and that subtle brain fog that makes everything harder. To restore your energy, you need to restore your B1. The best sources are nutrient-dense foods like eggs, fish, sunflower seeds, spinach, and organ meats. For many people, supplementing with a fat-soluble form of thiamine, such as benfotiamine or allethiamine, can make a dramatic difference in energy and recovery. Because when you fuel your mitochondria with B1, you reignite your body's ability to create real power, not temporary energy from caffeine or sugar, but deep cellular vitality. Here's the hook. Your body doesn't get stronger just because you sleep. It gets stronger when your cells have the energy to use that sleep. And vitamin B1 is what makes that possible. It's the key that turns rest into recovery, exhaustion into strength, and fatigue into focus. When your B1 levels are optimal, your mornings stop feeling like a restart and start feeling like a recharge. The way you end your day determines how you start the next one. Most people think that what they do in the gym defines their progress, but what truly shapes your body, your energy, and your recovery happens in the hours before bed. The choices you make before you close your eyes decide whether your body will spend the night repairing and rebuilding or simply surviving. This is where the power of a night routine comes in, a system that primes your body for recovery, lowers stress hormones, and turns ordinary sleep into a powerful growth phase. Here's the truth most people ignore. If you go to bed with your body full of sugar, tension, or mental noise, you're robbing yourself of the healing potential that should be happening while you sleep. Let me give you a powerful hook Your nighttime habits can either make you weaker or stronger without you even realizing it. If you eat the wrong foods, stay glued to screens, or fall asleep under stress, your body's chemistry works against you. Insulin spikes, cortisol rises, and growth hormone, the hormone responsible for repairing muscle and burning fat, drops dramatically. Instead of rebuilding muscle tissue, your body stays busy managing blood sugar and stress. You may be asleep, but you're not recovering. On the other hand, if you create an environment that encourages deep, uninterrupted sleep and nourish your body before bed, you set off a chain reaction that transforms your recovery process from the inside out. A strong night routine begins long before you lie down. About 2 hours before bed, the body starts preparing for rest, melatonin levels rise, body temperature drops, and your brain begins to slow its activity. But if you're eating late, scrolling through bright screens, or worrying about the next day, you interrupt this natural rhythm. The light from your phone suppresses melatonin, and the constant stimulation keeps your nervous system alert when it should be winding down. This is why so many people lie awake for hours, even when they feel tired. They've trained their body to stay in fight or flight mode when what they need is rest and repair. Building a night routine means creating the right chemistry for healing. It means eating your last meal at least 3 hours before bed so your insulin can drop. When insulin is low, your body releases more growth hormone, which rebuilds muscle, repairs tissue, and burns stored fat. It means avoiding sugar and refined carbs at night. Those foods keep your body in a storage mode instead of a repair mode. It means ending your day with a calm mind, maybe through light stretching, deep breathing, or gratitude journaling, anything that helps shift your body into a parasympathetic, relaxed state. Because when your mind is calm, your body follows. Your environment matters just as much. Keep your room dark and cool. Your body sleeps best at slightly lower temperatures. Avoid blue light at least an hour before bed, and if you can, expose yourself to soft, warm light or candlelight instead. These signals tell your brain that night has arrived, helping it naturally increase melatonin production. Even simple habits, like drinking magnesium-rich tea or taking a short walk after dinner, can dramatically improve the quality of your sleep and how refreshed you feel in the morning. Now here's the hook. Your body is always trying to repair you, but it can't do it if you keep interrupting the process. Every night, growth hormone peaks about an hour after you fall asleep, but that surge only happens if your insulin is low and your body feels safe and calm. You can't fake recovery, your chemistry has to align with it. By controlling your environment and your habits, you're giving your body permission to heal itself. And this is where it all comes together. When you combine a disciplined night routine with nutrients like vitamin D3 and B1, you create the perfect internal environment for regeneration. Your muscles rebuild faster, your energy returns quicker, and your mind wakes up sharper. You no longer drag yourself through the morning. You rise ready because your body spent the night doing exactly what it was designed to do. Restore balance. Most people are looking for shortcuts, new supplements, more caffeine, or longer workouts. But the real secret lies in what you do during the quiet hours of the night. So if you truly want to wake up stronger, treat your evening like an investment. Every choice, what you eat, how you unwind when you rest, either contributes to your recovery or robs you of it. You're not just ending your day, you're setting the tone for the next one. The body you want, the energy you crave, the strength you're chasing, all of it begins with how you prepare to sleep. Because when you master your night routine, you don't just sleep better, you live better. So tonight, as you prepare for bed, remember this: your sleep is your most powerful supplement. Get some sunlight or take a quality vitamin D3 during the day. Eat nutrient-dense foods like eggs, fish, and leafy greens for B1. Avoid the foods that drain your nutrients: sugar, refined carbs, and alcohol. Do this consistently, and your mornings will begin to transform. You'll start waking up with more energy, more focus, and a sense of strength that feels natural because your body is finally repairing the way it was designed to. So don't just sleep, recover. Don't just rest, rebuild. Because with the right vitamins, your body can literally become stronger while you dream.